How many of you guys out there have strict parents? I know a lot of people struggle with parents or role models in general who, they have an idea of what your future should look like. I mean, maybe they tell you that if you're going to be successful, you have to study engineering. You got to go to a top university. Or if you don't go into finance, then you're not going to have a prosperous life, right? But maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you've always envisioned yourself going into the arts, making music or anything really. Maybe you want to go into landscaping or like an outdoorsy job. And so I can imagine people struggle with this. You know deep down that you want to do one path, while everyone else around you tells you that you're not going to make any money with that, it's not a respected profession, and that you're going to waste your time if you try. Now, I've got a couple of thoughts here. Of course, if you want to do that, like you would love to be an engineer or a doctor or something traditional, and you really enjoy that path, then by all means, you should do it. You should never compromise your future because of what someone else thinks is right for you. I mean, you know yourself better than anyone else. However, this next part I'm really passionate about. Personally, I do not want to look back on my life and realize that I did not follow my passion because someone else told me, get a real job, right? That would just be such a tragedy to waste your potential. Because here's the thing, man. Your parents or whoever might be telling you that what you want to do is not reasonable, it's not a career, probably are coming from a place of tradition or old school thinking, right? They might not really appreciate how much knowledge there is out there and what you can teach yourself, right? What you can gain from the internet. I'm not saying that everyone is going to go out and gain Elon Musk levels of knowledge about engineering and rocketry just from YouTube videos. But what I am saying is that you have more possibilities than you might initially think. I mean, the mere fact that you have a stable internet connection and a computer or a phone to listen to this video is proof that you've got a lot at your fingertips. When I was in college, I realized that my degree was not going to be that useful in terms of preparing me for what it was designed for, the careers that it was designed for. Because I studied game design in college, basically just how to make video games. And I mean, bless their hearts, the professors and the staff, but that program barely scratched the surface in terms of what you would need to have a really strong start, right? So, if you wanted to become a 3D modeler, for example, right out of the gate, you were probably going to have to spend a lot of time teaching yourself and practicing on your own. And I wasn't passionate about 3D modeling, but I would spend hours on YouTube watching tutorials about digital painting, music production, stuff that I was really interested in and stuff that goes into making a game. And granted, I never got a job in the game industry after college, but I was much more equipped than if I just showed up to class and just did the work. Because there's obviously a certain level of stability and expectation that comes from a traditionally proven field like finance, like engineering, because that's probably what parents or role models want for you. They want stability. And it makes sense. I mean, I think that most people are coming from a good place. They just want to see you succeed. But if it's at the expense of your mental health or your happiness, I don't think you should go for that. Because if you want to do something that is not traditional, like studying how to make video games, then you're going to have a mentality of self-education to some degree. You're going to have to teach yourself something. And let me elaborate on my degree specifically. I guarantee that there were plenty of students in my program whose parents heard from their kid like, hey dad, I want to go to college, but I want to study how to make video games. And they're like, no, you're not. That's a waste of time. That's not a real job. And you and I know that's a complete load of crap. I mean, if you're watching this video, you're probably pretty interested in games, and you know how massive the gaming industry is. It's huge. These companies need huge teams. They need programmers, artists, modelers. It's a very established field, but plenty of people probably still think that it's just something for nerds who don't make any money. And there are probably some people who wanted to study that in college, but because their parents said no, they had to give it up. And that is just a shame, man. Look, I understand that not everyone can become a YouTuber, not everyone can become a singer or an artist or an actor. It would obviously dilute the value of that. And that's not my goal with this video. What I'm trying to say is that you should follow what you want to do. There's never been a better time in history than today for you to teach yourself how to do something, and it's never been a better time to explore non-traditional routes. I bring up my YouTube channel a lot because it's what I'm passionate about, but it is 100% true that I could not have done this if I did not have the internet. I could not have taught myself what I learned, I didn't know how to make thumbnails or titles, anything like that. And because it's non-traditional, there's no YouTube school, right? So you're going to have to teach yourself this. But like I said, with the advent of social media, the internet, if you really want to do something and you're really passionate, you should try it. Don't listen to someone if they're trying to gaslight you into doing something that you hate. You got to do what's right for you. All right, guys. I'll catch you later.